for 5 minutes. Then we can continue today, day one.
Okay, it was so good. So, guys, good morning. Good morning, all. How are you? Doing great.
Yeah,
So,
very nice.
basically, um, basically, yesterday we discussed all about the SD-WAN and difference between traditional network architecture versus SD-WAN architecture. What are the advantages SD-WAN offers to us that we are moving forward on SD-WAN technologies, right? I created a short notes about that uh, to briefing all about this. So, uh, with traditional networks, it's visible, na?
Yes, yes.
Right? So, what is the common drawback of your traditional network? That is the static configuration. Every time, if you are implementing your new devices in your infrastructure, you have to configure it manually, static configuration, right? Every time your router, switches, firewall, any changes, if you are making any changes on your devices, so it will take a longer time rather than automatic process, right? So definitely it will hamper your operational cost and slower deployment. So this is the common drawback with your traditional network architecture, static configuration. And what SD-WAN gives you a solution on your static configuration. SD-WAN provides centralized orchestration with automated policies, making provisioning, scaling, and changes much faster and easier. Right. So SD-WAN has a central controller in which we can configure our policies and templates, and just a single click when we push our template or policy in our SD-WAN fabric, all devices connected with our SD-WAN fabric, they get those configuration, and in within a few minutes, all those devices, as earlier discussion in yesterday discussion, we know that a single vManage can handle around 2000 devices. And how many devices can be in a cluster? Six devices. So around 12,000 devices can be configured within a minute with the help of SD-WAN technology, right? So limited agility, the companies are going, IT infrastructure is going, customer demand is growing. So manage that agility level. Uh, in traditional network, we are not getting that kind of agility. Adding a new branch locations, updating routing, or integrating a cloud service. As we covered this topic yesterday. Na? Suppose we are going to integrate a new branch locations. So initially we have to configure each 100 switches, access layer switches, thereafter distribution layer switches, then core switches, devices. So it's a lots of stuff to manage or configure or deploying a new branch, right? While SD-WAN offers a quicker branch onboarding with minimal hardware setups, right? High cost. Yesterday, I think Naveen said that they are using the MPLS, and MPLS is one and only solutions nowadays the company are using. So MPLS, lease line, both are the very costly, uh, expected cost growing like millions of it, right? So it's a very costly transport link in between our branches. So MPLS, lease line, and as well as configuring and handling these kind of technologies is literally very uh, hard. One who are the perfect, who are the experts, only they can handle those kind of configuration and links type, right? While SD-WAN offers you can connect your broadband as well. A common home broadband. You can take this broadband connection as your backup link, right? LTE network or any kind of the combination of these. So it will reduce around 50 to 70% of our infrastructure cost or a link cost. Cloud integration, as we know that every IT infrastructure or companies are moving forward to cloud native applications. The cloud native applications are very demanding nowadays, right? So cloud integration with the traditional routers, traditional kind of technologies was not very kind of mature with the cloud integration. So here we go. SD-WAN offers a very comfortable cloud-based applications offering optimized path and better user experience, right? Insufficient traffic management, security challenges, limited visibility and controls. You do not have very much control and visibility of all your devices. You have to monitor all devices in a separate, with the help of SNMP, you can do that, right? SNMP is one of the solution to visibility to get the information about your devices, but definitely it would be a limited, right? With the help of SD-WAN solutions, the visibility and control on your devices are much more efficient, right? Complex city in policy enforcement. So this there are number of, I said you yesterday that there are a number of features we can discuss in between the traditional network architecture and with versus a SD-WAN architecture. I'll share you this when our group will create it, right? So everyone has been joined. Okay. So what I planned for today, uh, can we start with the lab? At least we should take a little demo, get the confidence that how much easy to implement and how much easy to learn SD-WAN technology and solution. Is it okay? Thereafter, we will come back on our general discussion or a kind of concepts or theory fundamentals of SD-WAN. It would be okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just going to access and configure and access our controller that is vManage now. So this is my lab and I'm putting over here our a controller which one vManage now vManage, right? Viptela vManage, right? It will take a little higher side of memory. I'm configuring it with 8 core of CPU and 24 GB of RAM. Else it can work with the 16 GB only, but for the high performance, you may offer a little higher side of RAM and CPU, right? So then when I will configure this device, I have to access the console or GUI interface on my local computers. That's why I am adding a management device to access that console or GUI. So I'm going to network and here I will get a management cloud interface, right? Uh, this is the MGMT management access. I must say management access so everyone can understood, right? The perspective of the MGMT access is just connect this VM machine with my physical host, right? So kind of bridge, okay? So I'm going to connect with that. It's a 0, all right? And it will work on this kind of scenario only. No need to add lots of devices. You will get confusion. But I have to create two tunnels, two interface, one for the management and one for the data transport. So I'm adding one more device. It's just a layer 2 device, all right? So it's just a layer 2 kind of device. Mm, Need to change the icon, uh, or it would be okay. Do not confuse with the icon. Na? It's not a router, it's a layer 2 device. Is it okay, or should I replace with it?
Yeah. You can change that one, it will be better. Like, after some time, it will be confused.
I didn't hear. I'm changing icons to switch SW switch. So it's 1 by 1. Okay. Next I'm going to boot my device. Start, switch, start. Double click on your vManager. It will take around 1 to 2 minutes to came up in full-fledged condition with Tela 19.2.31. This is the version, right? And guys, there is a suggestion with you how you are experienced in Linux environment. Are you comfortable with the Linux commands and Linux environment? Have you worked before with Linux environment? A little one, not much more. I'm not expecting like a sysadmin level, but little one. Just a kind of basic troubleshooting. Reason is that all these controllers are customized with the above of Linux operating system. So when you are going to troubleshoot the environment, troubleshoot your device, then there should be a knowledge with the Linux commands and Linux terminologies, right? So if you are looking forward with the kind of SD-WAN, not really required, but sometimes for being a pro in SD-WAN, you have to pro in your controllers. And once your controllers will misbehave now, so you require to troubleshoot the hardware level. When you are going to troubleshoot these devices, then there must be you have to familiar with the Linux commands as well, right? So this is the admin, right? Now you when you got the system ready message, you may log in your vManage device. The default username is admin and the default password is also a admin, right? Once after logging successful, first login, right? It will prompt you to change your password, right? So you must have to change your default password. Either you may go with the same one, admin, or if you want to change your password, you may change, right? So I'm going with replacing the same password, admin, and it's uh, asking about the re-enter your or reconfirmation with your password. So you have to put a same password, admin, right? Now it will offers you storage devices, right? This is also a terms of Linux VDB and HDC, right? This is a virtual disk and this is the hard disk, right? So it is going to ask with you that in which platform, in which type of storage you want to store your data, right? So for the 100 GB, it offering you a VDB. And if you are going with the VDB solution, you must press a 1, or if you are going with the SDC, you have to press 2, right? So I am going with the SDB because it has lots of data to store informations all about your SD-WAN fabrics. So I'm offering it a 100 GB VDB solution, right? So I am pressing 1 and hit the enter, right? Would you like to format VDB? Definitely. Yes. Without format, any device cannot store the data. So just put the yes and enter. It will format our 100 GB of disk and ready to store our data. It are going to uh, create a blocks. So next thing, um, uh, have you heard before about the plane? Plane, not of that one, kind of flying plane. I'm asking about the technology plane. Types of plane. Anyone?
Management and data plane.
Yes, exactly. Types of plane are the data plane and management plane and the control plane. What are the role of these planes? Anyone? Management, for the management access, for the MGMT access, right? Your telnet, your SSH, your GUI, any kind of access, or HTTP or HTTPS, all such kind of management related stuffs handled by the management plane. What about the data plane? What about the data plane? What is the role and responsibility of your data plane? Anyone? Because it's a very kind of related to your architecture, right? SD-WAN architecture.
Forwarding actual data from the remote site.
Control plane. Which table data plane creates? Which table? And which table control plane creates? The control plane creates your RIB, RIB table. RIB means routing information base. If you heard about that, routing information base, right? So all your routes or your network information are reside in your control plane. And data plane is your nothing, your forwarding plane. All your data forwarding from the data plane. So you may say that data plane is a forwarding environment, right? Where your data traffics, your packets, real time of data, right? It would be forwarded, sent or received by your data plane. We will come back on it. Meanwhile, our device is ready. So I'm going once again to log in, admin and admin. Now I'm successfully logging on my vManager, right? Now it's time to configure this, right? So what is the pattern of configuring our vManage devices? It's little easier, right? Yeah. So configuration terminal, as usual, you are going to configure any Cisco products, configure terminal. Then there is a twist. There is a system command. After system commands, only you can do the configuration. Suppose I'm going to configure a host name, right? So there is not a host name command like ABCD, right? It's a uh, prefix. It's a syntax error, na? Right? So here you have to go in system. Then thereafter you may get the host name command, right? So there is a change after configuration terminal. You have to go in your system environment. After system environment, you can configure your vManage device, right? So host name, I'm going to configure vManage, right? This is my host name. After committing, these changes will reflect. Before that, like in our general Cisco router switches, once we execute our command, thereafter the commands has been changed, the environment has been changed. But in vManager, till that, if you do not make a commit, the changes will not reflect it. Like this is the default host name vManage. I changed the vManage host name, but this not make changes over here. I have to save that configurations. Only thereafter the changes will come on effect, right? So commit and quit. This is the command, right? Like that, commit and quit. Either you may say that commit. So commit has been completed, and now you may say that we manage. Okay. Now we change the host name. Thereafter, we have to assign a vBond IP address. So vBond IP, vBond device is basically for the orchestration purpose. It is the kind of your inventory holder, right? In our stockist, uh, who has the complete stock, what devices, what parts are in our stocks. So you may say that vBond is a stockist. It stores all information, who are the devices, who are the devices are going to be on board, authentication, authorization process performed the vBond, right? So I am going to assign a vBond IP address to our vManager device, right? So vBond, and suppose I am making a plan that I will put the 10.100.1.11 IP address to my vBond IP address. So this is just a simple command, vBond and vBond IP address. Thereafter, I have to configure tlock. What I said, tlock, na? Tlock is just a combination of information like system IP, then site ID, and the color. So these kind of information collectively known as a tlock. We will discuss about it later on, but just meanwhile, I'm putting some tlock information like system IP. This is the my communication IP address 51.51.51.10 supposed to be. You may opt any IP address as per your requirement. System IP, then site ID, any site ID reference, like in EIGRP and you shared that na ki all domain would be in a same autonomous system number. Like over here, this is the site ID. So in between the vSmart, in between the your vBond and vManage devices, we have to common site ID number, right? Like 10, 20 or whatever, right? So site ID would be there. Then organization name ng.com or ng only, right? Then you have to change your clock and clock zone, time zone. So there is a command for changing the clock and along with the time zone, Asia, Kolkata, right? So all such things has been configured. The basic configuration part related to system level, that's it, right? Then I'm going to do exit. If you want to make the commit at this level, just run the commit command. right? Now I'm going to configure VPN 0. VPN 0 is nothing but it's all about your uh, data transmission, right? As per the topology, uh, this part, this part is going with the a tunnel or transport method, that is VPN 0, right? I am going to VPN 0 over here, right? For this segment, my VPN 0 would works for the data transmission purpose. Okay, right? So VPN 0, in VPN 0, which port I am going to consider? It's 1. Okay, so what I have to do? Interface, which interface? Interface it, interface it 1, right? Then I have to assign an IP address to my interface Ethernet 1, that is 10.100.1.10. This is my real physical interface IP address. With the help of that IP address, my devices will share the information, will exchange the data in between all SD-WAN fabric devices, right? And slash 24, right? Suppose I'm going with a 255.255.255.0, right? So it's a syntax error. Reason behind that, it will not work like this. It will work with slash or CIDR notification, right? You do not need to assign like subnet mask 255.255.0. You have to mention in the CIDR format. Okay. Now I have to mention that this interface will work as a tunnel interface. So tunnel interface is command. Then I have to allow some services, allow service all, allow service SSHD, right? Allow service netconf. Netconf is basically protocol that is used to configure, push the configuration. So this service must be on. Without netconf, you cannot access your GUI, even though you cannot push your configuration. So netconf, and one more service I have to allow, that is HTTPS, right? So this tunnel part has been done. I'm doing exit. Then I have to shutdown to make up this port up, that is it's 1. Thereafter I have to make a route, exit, and IP route I have to create 0.0.0 on slash 0, and this is my gateway. Uh, Meanwhile, I am not using a gateway right now, but it's a planning for that. If you are going to connect with the ISP or any MPLS link, so this we manage will connect with your gateway. So this is your gateway IP address, right? Then I have to assign a DNS. I'm just using Google DNS. Meanwhile, the configuration part has been done. Then exit. Then we have to configure another VPN, VPN 512. 512 is used for your management purpose. This side I am going to use 512, VPN 512, right? So this is the management tunnel, VPN 512. And in 512, which port I am going to use? It's 0, right? So interface, it's interface, it's 0, right? Then just IP DSCP client. What I'm going to do that, I am going to assign an DSCP or automatically IP address to its 0 from my bridge adapter. This is my management access cloud. So it will offers uh, an IP address to my vManage, so I can access locally with the help of this IP address, its 0. So I put it on DSCP client and make no shutdown. So port will came up, right? Then finally commit and quit. Its 0 is in 512. VPN 0 interface is it 0, 512 is also it 0. How is it possible? Just do show run. Oh, we have make a mistake that in VPN 0 is also it 0. Huh? During our tab, it considered as a default. What I have to do? No VPN 0. I have to configure it once again. Right? VPN 0 interface it 1. It 1. Yes, it was the it 1. Huh? It was the it 1. Yes, it 1. Okay. IP address, just give me a moment. 10.100.1.10/24. Make it tunnel interface. Okay. Allow service all. Okay. SSHD. Okay. Netconf. Okay. HTTPS. HTTPS. Okay. Anything else? Exit. No shutdown. No shutdown. Exit. No shutdown. Exit. Right? IP root VPN 0. No shut DOWN 000/24 and sorry 0 and 10.100.1.1 exit, then VPN 512, then IP DSCP IP interface it's 0 IP DSCP client no shutdown exit commit and quit. Yes, it has done. Show interface description. So I got a DHCP IP address from my bridge adapter, that is 1.55, right? So I have to go on my browser. This is my browser, https:// 192.168.1.55, right? This is my management access IP address. As usually, when you are going to access any device, like firewall or any other devices, there is a management IP address by default over there. But here is not like that. There is a fixed IP address in your vManage or vBond or any controller devices. You have to assign an IP address, right? That's why I configured over here 512 VPN 512 as a management interface, and I got an automatic IP address over here. From this IP address only I can access my vManage, right? So 55 advanced. I'm proceeding unsafe. Right, here we go. The default username is admin and default password is admin. Okay, so just few commands. How many commands you ran over here? Just VPN 512, VPN 0, and the basic system information, and you got your access of vManager. It's not moving forward. So this is the default port number. I have to assign the port number for which port number is using 8443. 8443. Not now. Okay, here you go. Successfully you configured your vManager devices. Now next phase you have to onboard your WAN edge devices, vSmart devices, and vBond devices. There is a vManage device one. This is all about your vManage information, right? So it's too easy to configure your vManage devices. We just make 10 to 15 commands to access the vManager. Okay. Is there any query related to accessing vManager or configuring vManage? Hello, anyone? Yes, I agree that it would be a little uh, annoying that we are doing such kind of things in first time. So there would be anything changement. So I'm just awaiting for your queries. If there is no, we can forward
Yes, guys,
for the next.
you can ask your doubts if you have till now, or give us a thumbs up in the chat also. That is also fine.
Are you happy with that to accessing first time your vManager dashboard, vManage? You just configured a vManage device.
And if somebody is having doubt in Hindi, they can ask in Hindi also. We can explain in Hindi in short, but that would be mostly in English, and 20%, 10% will be in Hindi only. This batch. Anyone? Any doubt? So we can move ahead, right? Anil, Bharat, Samaram, Jitendra, Krishna, Naveen, Rajiv. Anyone? Yes or no or thumbs up, please.
Yeah, till now we are not having that.
Yeah. Thank you.
So this is our traditional WAN edge devices, right? It looks good now. So in our traditional WAN edge devices, we have some planes. Nah? Without plane, the device will not communicate to each other. These planes are considering as a fabric part of your device. So I would like to discuss with traditional architecture. Then thereafter we will come back in our SD-WAN because SD-WAN also has same plane. We manage vBond, vSmart. These are the segregations of your planes. In traditional network or in this device, all our uh, planes was integrated with each other in single box, right? So what was the challenge? If you have same data plane and management plane or your control plane in same device, suppose you have your control plane over here, control plane, and this is your data plane. If both are in same devices, what implication you may face? Anyone? I would like to know that if you have both or what planes you have in a single device, what implications you will face.
Might be the configuration issue.
Any example?
Sir, could you repeat one's question? I'm not understanding.
I'm asking that suppose in this box, in every box, है ना? If you are using generally or any device like router, switches, or any device, right? Uh, there would be a console port or any management. You have a management port on device. You have data plane on your device and your control plane. All these three planes are in single device, right? All these three planes are in your this chassis now, right? So what implications you may face if you have all three planes in your single chassis?
Maybe CPU issues will get CPU overloaded, memory overloaded, so that it will cause, impact on the routing.
Exactly. Suppose you got a huge traffic and your data plane is stuck. Suppose your data plane has crashed, high CPU utilization, and you are not able to communicate, or your traffic kind of is not working fine, right? So how you will troubleshoot or manage that? What challenges challenging your GC is facing? Why CPU utilization goes high? What is the condition of your device? You must have to access your console, na, right? But the chassis is single, CPU is single, so definitely you will not able to access your console as well. So at this stage, you are not able to handle your configuration part as well, right? So what SD-WAN allows you, that they kept all three planes in different part, right? In traditional edge devices or in traditional networking, all our three planes are in single chassis. So if one goes fail, the impact will be on all your devices. So what SD-WAN offers? Keep data plane separate. Keep data plane separate. Data plane is nothing. Your vSmart. Keep your vman management. Management is nothing. Your vManager, right? And for the authentication, they offers vBond for onboarding purpose, right? So what they make that he separate your all other planes. So if one plane goes down, you can control your devices. You may troubleshoot your devices with another plane, right? So in traditional devices, we all these plane have in a single chassis. So this is the your data plane. If you are talking about in the device, this considered as a data plane, right? And this one, the upper part is a control plane. This is the control plane. This is your control plane, and this is your data plane, right? And suppose in this port, you have a WAN connection. Your ISP is connected with this port. Which kind of traffic it will receive? This port, which type of traffic this port will receive? There are two types of traffic now. The first one is a routing traffic. It would be a routing packets, or it would be a routed packets. Routing packets means what? This port will get the information like route information, right? Route information or any update packets, right? So what data plane will do? What data plane will do? Data will forward this information to its control plane. Reason is that control planes only handles the routing information. Who handles the routing information? Your control plane. Reason? Control plane has the CPU, right? So control plane has the routing information. So once this interface get the any routing information from its WAN port, it will send it to its control plane. For sending the control plane, this data plane is tightly coupled with your control plane like this. right? This data plane will coupled with this data plane. So what is this known is? This part known as a switch fabric. We may say that this is our switch fabric. Both control plane and data plane are coupled with our switch fabric, right? So basically what these are? These are the line card. No? These are our line card, control plane. This is the card na, which is integrated with our chassis. Here is a kind of port channel where this line card goes inserted, right? So this known is a switch fabric. So once this data plane received an information about routing, right, it will pass that information to its control plane via using this switch fabric. Once the control plane received that information, it will prepare a table that is a RIB, route information base, routing information base, right? So control plane has the complete control or routing information all about your all networks, right? Look, if I'm going to this lab, where is? So as this topology, it's suppose I get a print screen. What I said earlier, in our traditional devices, the control plane and data plane resides in a single chassis, right? SD-WAN said that keep your planes separate. So if your one plane goes down, you cannot, yeah, or you will not impacted complete down stage. So in control plane, what we have? In control plane, what we have? In control plane, we have all route information, how we are using our edge devices. These are our separate networks. So how you are reaching from one network, how you are reaching from another network, this route information resides in our vManage. It prepares the routing information base, right? And what happened? Look forward. This is the same thing now. What happened over here? Then the control plane prepares the RIB and it pass it to data plane as well, right? Who will prepare RIB? Control plane. After preparing routing information base, control plane pass it again to data plane. And data plane store that RIB information as a FIB, forwarding information base, because data plane is responsible for sending the data, right? So same thing happened over here. Routing information base created by the vManager, and this vManager, this route information base, send it to vSmart, that is your data plane. Is it okay? So all these devices will communicate with your vSmart devices for exchanging any route information or any data information. Okay. if you will not interrupt to me that repeat it again, or I am not able to get in properly, so how you will all about to learn these things? Is there any query? So gradually, these are just a few sessions. So uh, I am expecting accepting that the information is little scattered. Sometimes we jump on the data plane, sometimes we jump on these things. So once we started our regular classes, what we'll do, we will plan a sequence to understand proper things, and you have to work with me, right? I'll give you some task, little in task that you have to prepare before of attending the session. You must have prepared such kind of level of skills. Without basic fundamentals, understanding SD-WAN or handling these things will be little challenging now. Yesterday I said, and today I'm also repeating that learning SD-WAN is much more easier rather than learning a CCNA, right? Because once you started CCNA, you guys were the very beginner and you didn't aware about any network informations. But now you have a good knowledge, right? You have to find out the values informations like planes, like what are the role of RIB, FIB, data plane, because this is the complete control solution, this part, right? And this informations, if you have, the learning of SD-WAN would be very easier. Otherwise, nothing is big things over here to configure these edge devices or this configuring vManage devices. I showed you that how much easy to access or configure or uh, implementing your controllers. Okay, for today's it's okay, right? Thereafter, management will decide that how we will go for our regular sessions and classes. Sachin sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm listening. Yeah. So that would be regular from next Saturday. 11 a.m. would be the timing, right, sir?
yes,
So, guys, if you have any question, you can ask, and you can connect with the management for the admission purpose. Okay, and you can discuss your profile as well. They can suggest you the custom plan according to your profile and experience, and you can continue with the learning. Yeah. Anyone having question today regarding SD-WAN or another course if you are looking?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, please ask.
Yeah, this is for Cisco SD-WAN device, right?
Yes, correct. This is the
Uh,
Cisco SD-WAN.
yeah. If I learn this course, can I configuration I like HP
Question.
Aruba SD-WAN device?
Sorry, pardon, please.
So if I learn this course, Cisco SD-WAN course,
Hmm.
okay. So in HP Aruba device, SD-WAN device is there, right? So I'm
Yeah,
able to configuration that device also.
console is different. Commands are different. So that is different technology. You have to learn that as well. But obviously, the process or whatever the function are, both devices are doing almost this is the same, right? The services we are getting that is same. But console wise, commands wise, that is different, right? Abhinay sir, right? Am I right?
yes, exactly. Once you learn the CCNA, you can handle Juniper, Nokia, Samsung, other devices because the OSPF, EIGRP, routing, IP addressing, interface, loopback, private IP, public IP remains the same. But just the syntax, the command execution is little changed. So the console or interface would change little one, but the concepts of the mechanism of the technology would remain same, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
after getting SD-WAN with Viptela or Cisco SD-WAN, you much more comfortable to handle your Aruba or HP or Versa or any kind of SD-WAN solution, right? But you have to do the practice and check out those interfaces. But after having this knowledge, you may understand what going on behind that.
Okay.
Concept you will get clarity, right?
Fundamental is all same only, right?
Right, right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So anyone else who is having any question? Ravinder, Krishna, Sailesh, Jitendra, Samaram, Bharat, Anil. So we can, sum up today, and we can continue with the regular session next coming Saturday. For the while, you can take admission, and we can give you the access for the these two classes recordings and the lab access as well. So you can start performing your basic practical. And if you need any kind of revision for the networking fundamental as well, that also we are giving complimentary CCNA course live class recordings you will be getting in your portal so that you can revise that as well if you need it.
Hello.
Yes, yes, please.
Jetscaler or this SD-WAN, it is both functionality. It is SD-WAN also is supporting na both models, Jetscaler or Cisco SD-WAN.
Yes.
Jetscaler also is supporting for SD-WAN.
Abhinay sir,
Look,
that is your question.
look,
Yes.
look, look, look. Nowadays, every enterprise like firewall, in Fortinet, you will also get a SD-WAN solution, right? Right.
Yeah.
Palo Alto also offers the same solutions, right? Because nowadays, as yesterday class, everything is going to be handled automatically. Na? Admin and industry wants to more flexibility. So every integrations or devices are offering the same kind of solution. Just interface and the little mechanism would change. Otherwise, same fundamental would remain same. Either you go with the Zscaler or Fortinet or Cisco or Versa or Viptela or Aruba, anyone else.
Okay. Most of the industries you can follow him for this Jetscaler, it is right.
No, this would be not exactly yet if you are talking about the favorite, right, or most popular side. So nowadays, your Versa and Aruba is growing little kind of capturing the market, right? But
Yeah.
the Cisco is the masterpiece, na? All devices in every infrastructure, Cisco routers, Cisco products are there, switches and routers are there. So having a Cisco SD-WAN solution, it would be uh, cheaper first, second, easy to handle, easy to manage, right? So like this way, this process will go.
Okay. Thanks.
So I think today we are good to go, Abhinay sir, right? So we can finish the class today, and next coming Saturday we can have 2 to 3 hours class per day, right? Regular.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anyone else, or should we, conclude today finally?
Regarding the course information you need to discuss. Right?
Yeah, you can connect with the management. I'm dropping the official number in the chat box. Okay, 1 second.
CCNA is totally different and SD-WAN is totally different, right?
Yeah, SD-WAN is definitely that is the advanced level. CCNA is just networking fundamental, subnetting, LAN, WAN, routing, switching, configuration. Those things come under Cisco Certified Network Associate.
So OS is deeply here teaching, right?
Yeah, from scratch to advanced level, we are teaching. You will be able to crack the interview. You will be able to crack the global certification as well if you are planning. I have dropped my WhatsApp number, official WhatsApp number, in the chat box, or you can connect on the NextGen IT Courses Private Limited. Okay, so we can answer your queries. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for the time today. Thank you, Abhinay sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.